Hey guys, it's Archie here, and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 3. We're doing a little bit of a different speed build than I would normally do today. Instead of doing the time-lapse video, we're just doing a sped-up version where I just kind of speed it up as I'm building it. If you do prefer this kind of build, let me know with a comment or a like down below, because I'd like some feedback whether this is a good way to go or whether I should just keep doing the normal time-lapse videos. But we're just adding in the foundation here, and you see I've added walls there in the kitchen where I'm just deciding where I'm going to place things so that the room doesn't end up being too small or something. And this whole level here becomes a foundation any second now, and it just becomes like one level height and one increment height. I don't know what you'd call it, but if you don't know how to do that, by having the constrained floor elevation cheat on and then using stairs and holding down Alt, you can lower the foundation by one stair at a time. And the normal foundation is 4 stairs high. So by doing that 3 times, by lowering it by 3 stairs, you can have it as low as physically possible in the game, which is 1 stair height. And now you see me just adding in the second level, just doing a little bit of detailing on the front there. Which I actually got that idea from a Deligracy build when she did her, I think it was her dream home. She used a lot of fancy detailing like that. And that there just became like a half wall level, just for detailing. You'll see in a moment that I used that as a kind of detail to make it look like, I don't know, make it look more contemporary. A lot of contemporary homes have that foundational detailing. And this house does have 2 bedrooms in the end and a study, but that study could easily be made into a 3rd bedroom with no hassles at all. The main bedroom has this really cool mezzanine thing where it doesn't look over the main lounge room, but it has its own little private lounge room area, which you'll see in a moment. That was a bit of a spoiler because I probably won't do the furnishing until next part. But here I'm just finishing off with some of the detailing on the outside, just to make it look a little nicer so it doesn't look so plain. I don't know what I was doing there, but I got rid of it. And yeah, I think in a moment I get to do the wall coverings, and I really like the colors that I used in this build, which again you'll see in a moment. Here I'm just trying to work out how I'm going to put in the stairs, because when I was thinking about how I'm going to build this house, I didn't consider having the half wall level, so the stairs kind of have to wrap around a wall a bit, which you'll see in a moment. It doesn't look too bad. I think it actually turned out quite well considering I had to compromise from what I originally intended to do. But I hate placing stairs in The Sims 3. It can be really, really, really annoying placing stairs, especially if you want to place basements. Basements can be really touchy sometimes, and you build this whole house and then you're like, oh, that might be cool with a basement there. Then you try and place a basement there, like the stairs into the basement, and it'll let you place them everywhere except for exactly where you want to place them. I've had that happen to me more than once while building. And I think now we go into the outside colors. Not even yet. We do the inside walls. Getting way ahead of myself. Way ahead of myself. I'm just trying to work out what I'm going to do here. I end up having only one bathroom on the top level, so the 2nd bedroom would have to go to the downstairs bathroom. But that's okay. There is a ensuite, but that's only for the master bedroom. So I don't think that you'd necessarily want the other person walking into your bedroom every time they want to use the bathroom. So here you can see I've used a wooden color. You can see the palette that I've used there for the colors. I've used a wooden texture and then gone with a charcoaly color and a cream. That cream color actually changes to be more of a coffee color, and I think I even darken up that charcoal color a bit. And it all becomes very dark because all the bits that I do end up using the cream color for, or what will be the coffee color, are covered up by windows, so you can't really see that anyway, but it looks good. I really like those color combination together, just those 3 there. And then I think I'm changing this to a bit more of a chocolate, but I get rid of that idea quickly because that looked horrible. So I'm just darkening it up a bit, making it a little darker. I always find it difficult trying to do the coloring for these types of contemporary houses because it can look really, really odd if you don't do it right. Like if the colors aren't in the right spots, it'll just look weird. But I think it looked good in the end. I think we're just finishing up with some. We're gonna try and do the roof now, which I don't think I keep the whole thing wooden. I make it like a dark tile, I think, and then just on top of a little bit of wooden texture just where it's needed. But I'm really struggling here to try and get the same texture as the wall. It can be kind of difficult because sometimes when you're trying to translate textures from walls to floors, they don't stay the same color, and you've got to try and recolor it just to match the wall. Like it might be a little bit lighter or a little bit darker. And here is something that, thank God that they have in these types of houses, otherwise your house would just look retarded. Coloring in the side of the foundations, you can do that by just using the color tool and clicking on that. I didn't know that for quite a while into my Sims playing, which probably isn't a good thing, but for ages I didn't realize you could color the sides of tiles and things. I don't know what I'm doing with that fence. I get rid of that real quick. Hopefully. I do get rid of it, but it stays there for a bit. There we go, it's gone. And then this, I was just kind of mucking around. I don't know what I was doing there, just experimenting. I think I make the roof of the bottom level a lighter color, just because it looked a bit dark and dull. But I keep the black roof on the top levels. And here I'm just adding in some windows, using move objects in so I can layer up some windows. I used all base game windows because I intended this originally to be a base game house, but as always, I get carried away. There's no way you can make such a nice modern house and use all base game things, just because there's no real modern furniture in the base game. Like there's no beds or lounges. So the outside of it's entirely base game. So when I do the garden, I was still thinking it was going to be all base game. So all the garden's base game, and all the doors and windows are. And the windows now are kind of like a woodeny color, like the wall, but I think I make them much darker because they ended up looking odd from the inside of the house, and even on the darker bits of the house, they looked odd. So at some point in this video, and maybe even when I might keep it like that for a while and change it later, but they do become a darker wood instead of that vibrant orange wood, which can look a bit obnoxious. I don't know what I'm doing here either. I think I undo that and just leave it like it was. I hope I do. And here I'm just trying to add in some more of that creamy color, just because everything was so dark. After I added the windows in, I realized that you can't see any of that lighter color. So I think I was trying to add that. I don't remember if I keep it like that or if I change it back. I think it might stay like that actually. And then I change the roof on top of it to match the wall there, so it doesn't look out of place. And here I think I'm adding in more windows, even more windows, and then I think I lighten up on some of the windows on that wooden part, because otherwise you can't really see it. What's the point of having all these, feature walls on the outside that are just covered up by windows? So I lose the windows there. And I think I just put in little ones here to let in some light into the hallway and the mezzanine. And this is the darker color that I end up using. I make it, much darker for the windows. And here I'm adding in, these aren't base game windows. I must have not been paying attention when I was doing this. Because these are definitely not base game windows. They're from a store set, and I forget which one. But I really like these because they fit really nicely next to doors, so you can have, these lovely long windows next to your doors, which look really good in the entranceways and things. And I think I'm about to start on the garden now and the landscaping any second. Oh no, still going. Still going with windows, but not for much longer. I think I'm just recoloring now, so they all become a darker wood. And then now I start on the outside, the landscaping of the house. Putting in a little bit of a driveway, using a terrain paint. I'm not really good at terrain painting, so I'm really bad at making curves look curvy and things like that, so forgive me if it's kind of dodgy. I also really like the garden of this house too. I didn't want to go over the top with color because it's kind of more of a contemporary house. I can't imagine it having, you know, vibrant pink flowers and things like that. So I just kind of did a lot of rocks and ferns and bushes, and I used some bamboo, which I think looks really good. And this part here, I think I get rid of all those stones there. They disappear. I give up on that idea. I do use the stone edging around some of the gardens, but I don't use it here because I think it just looked weird up against the side of the sidewalk. It just looked odd. And then I use a lot of rocks around the gardens though, because it looks nice. Actually, I don't remember if I do use the stone edging. I don't think I use the stone edging in any of the garden. I think I just use that little stone feature there next to the entrance. And adding in just a little bit of flowers so it doesn't look too dull. Some of those yellow base game flowers. I forget what they're called. Are they like daisies or something? They might be. No, I think they're pansies. They're not daisies. Daisies are the white ones. So that's basically it, guys. I think I'm pretty much done for this part. Just finishing up with the garden and the landscaping and stuff, and then that's about it. So if you like this part and you like this new type of build that I'm doing, where I just kind of speed it up instead of doing the time-lapse video, let me know with a comment down below or leave a like. And if you like this house so far, just leave a like and a comment, and you can always subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out. And I also am on Twitter now, so you can follow me on Twitter. I'll leave a link for that in the description for you as well. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.